Hey cadets, welcome to another update before the next big tournament where I'm going to ask you to all play Heavenly Parasite. We're going to do something new and take a look at the best combos from this year's Combo Breaker. And our first combo here is by Mr. Fibonacci on Thoughtbuster 1, and Fibonacci had a number of really nice combos, and one in particular that was a wall bounce one that he kept going for, and I was really impressed by it. But I liked this combo better because it was similar, but it was more improvised and involved a side switch beforehand, as you can watch when he sets it up, and I think it's really beautiful.
Thrown into the assist. Beautiful.
The next one we've got here is Dragon Blade Ice versus Priestess. This was during their first 10, and it's not so much the actual length of the combo here that impresses me. It was a good combo, but just you can see how Dragon Blade applies layers of pressure to set up the combo that I find really impressive.
Yeah, using that kind of rush in low to get out. Oh, this is such a painful combo. Dragon Blade Ice. And
this one happened during late during the first 10 between Priestess and Dragon Blade Ice. It just involved really impressive situational awareness, and it's also just kind of pyrotechnically impressive.
Wow, the damage.
unbelievable.
Next, we have another combo that took place in a match between Thoughtbuster and Fibonacci. This one was done by Mr. Thoughtbuster, and it was one of my favorite of the weekend. It involved the Kumar cloud assist, and well, it's just beautiful, and it resulted in a last hit. So take a look.
That bomb stays on you. It doesn't go anywhere. That's just your life now.
Yep.
And just like that, the bomb, the launch into that assist.
And this last combo is by the less known, to me anyway, Merle. Just a brutal, gigantic combo. Keenan versus Burt, which a match we saw many, many times. We saw no combo even close to this devastating. So take a look. By the way, Priestess won this round even after eating this combo. So here we go.
Usages of that install you have remaining.
And again, P1, that is going to be Luro Mets. Luro Mets, P1.
What is happening to Bird's health bar right now?
Well, that was fun, right? Now it's time for some updates. Before that, though, I thought I'd show you the new standees. We got Blaine right there. I'll put one aside for you, Zagrand, if you want it. And then Ruth, my favorite. I'll put one of these aside for you, Fibonacci. All right, guys, time for some updates. Blaine can now summon a level 2 projectile from a jump. This thing can be used to hit somebody on the ground from a safe distance, or to destroy fireballs and give Blaine a quick way in. Blaine has also gained a new leaping attack that gives him a wall bounce. A neat feature about this move is that Blaine can also use it as a cross-up because it will auto-correct if you cross up your opponent. Try using this to get out of corners and give yourself a wall bounce. Bert did awfully well thanks to HTT Priestess at Combo Breaker, nearly winning the tournament, and so probably deserves a few nerfs. Instead, I decided to let Bert fly. So he can now hover in place, move freely, and then attack or cancel the hover. He can even dash out of it, giving Bert more offensive options. The only other change to Bert is that his disappearing explosion attack now has more recovery. Carl put a turbocharger on his little car that he lives in, so he's much faster now, in addition to having a number of other buffs. Carl now moves at the same speed as Keenan. He's also gained a brand new move that allows him to teleport in midair. His aerial double hitting tornado spin now moves downwards at an angle and has a larger hitbox, making it a little bit more threatening and possible to get more ambiguous cross-ups. His dive kick is now gone. It is replaced with a hopping forward weapon attack. This move will also auto-correct if you can cross up your opponent with it. Carl's forward weapon has now gotten a constant boost, similar to the way his install worked before. Forward and weapon now summons a tentacle from the ground, and if you position it correctly on your opponent, you get quite a damaging long-range attack. But if you're too close, it won't work. His install has also been buffed. Before, it just summoned little tentacles for every weapon attack. Carl now produces a delayed wave of tentacles, allowing you to get a combo off of it. Carl's jab super has now been improved as well. He can now use it a little bit more like Ruth's to invincibly approach opponents who are trying to threaten him on the ground, say with fireballs. Keenan's gotten a number of buffs. Even though he won Combo Breaker, I wanted him to have a little bit wider variety of approach options than he currently has. He also got one nerf. He has a longer recovery on his teleporting sword attack. Again, this is still plenty fast, but if your opponent predicts it, one of Keenan's improvements is that his range on his sliding 3 weapon has been increased substantially. You can now reach people from about this far away. This should help Keenan beat mid-level fireballs and allow him to more often get his super charged with those long-range little chintzy pokes at a distance. His 3 jab has also increased in range, giving him a much better chance to punish, again, fireballs at better distances, about here. Another big change for Keenan is his teleporting aerials now automatically face the opponent. So this move, which used to only be able to be used as a cross-up, can now be used in neutral from a distance and will hit. In addition, you can now do a cross-up that's way more of a cross-up than you used to be able to. This move, previously able to be used to mix your opponent with a fake cross-up, can now be used like this. As it will automatically face the opponent. Two changes that I think will appeal to Lenny players. One is that his shock attack no longer will hit the ground when it's trying to aim to reach a drone. So if you put a drone on the ground, by the way, the drones make a constant sound so that your opponent knows they're there now. If you put a drone on the ground before, it would often not be able to be hit by your shock attack because it would hit the ground and be stuck on the ground. Now here's how it works. And this will allow you to be more reliable with setting up your drone offense. In addition, we now have the ability to activate his drones and use a shock attack from the air. A number of neat changes, I think, for Lois. By the way, I was really impressed with Thoughtbuster 1's performance using Lois at Combo Breaker. It was one of the standout moments of the whole tournament for me. Anyway, Lois has a brand new special move where she can place her bouncing grenades on the ground at any time in neutral. These guys now hit 3 times, they launch the opponent, and they always do chip damage. In addition, they can be hit. These can be hit by either player, not parried, only hit. So they work a little differently than normal fireballs. They don't go off when they hit the opponent. They don't stick to the opponent. They are a slow, delayed pressure tool that Lois has, and one of the few ways for you to get unblockable damage without spending any resources. In her fat stance, she tosses the grenade. So it goes a little further. In addition to that, Fat Lois has gotten the ability to hover. You can use the hover just like Bert can, cancel it by hitting the same thing again, or attack out of it. Lois has also gained the ability to do her previously only special move, diving knockdown attack in the air. I think this will be really useful to go up against certain anti-airs and just make her approach game a little more dangerous. Also handy to use out of her float. The skinny Lois has gained her ability to use her teleporting aerial in midair. This move now goes further, comes down at a slight angle, and will also automatically face the opponent if you cross up with it, making it easier to use it as a left-right mix. The way her install works has also changed. Now Lois drops these mines, and the mines no longer stick to the opponent, but do chip damage and blow up 3 times. So you can really litter the field with obstacles by using her install now. Roxanne has gained the ability to destroy fireballs with her Fire Axe move. In addition, the Fire Axe can now be comboed into, allowing you to finish your combos and charge up flame attacks, and not just ice ones. Roxanne has also gained the ability to hover. Finally, Roxanne's forward stomp attack will now pogo. I thought Kurt did pretty well at Combo Breaker, but he definitely needed a little tweaking. So in this new update, Kurt has gained the ability to charge his weapon attack faster. The weapon attack also now comes out automatically when you're dashing, so you don't go into the weapon stance ending your dash. You'll just use the level 1 version of the sword attack. The level 2 versions of all of his sword attacks have increased in range. He also has expanded invincibility on his dodge weapon attack in the air. And I fixed a problem that was causing him to be harder to pull off special moves, because they would, if they were with weapon attacks, they would go into his stance, and that is now fixed. His jab super, the fireball super, this move now fires over a longer period of time, and before each shot is fired, it will aim at the opponent's position. This will make it harder to escape this move or ignore it as you could before. And if you do happen to hit, it gives you much longer to confirm. Lastly, his reflector now covers all the way to the ground, so you don't have to worry about anything sliding underneath it. Okay, I think that's all the notes I had for this update. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing some of the changes. And what's that now? Okay, it looks like I just got a special report. Oh my god! I'm very excited to introduce Clark. Clark is the largest parasite we've seen so far. He is responsible for training parasites at the base on planet 2335. And his unique mechanic is that he can deploy sentry drones with all weapon attacks. These drones then immediately cloak themselves and will activate the next time you use your weapon attacks. They automatically aim at the opponent's location and knock the opponent a good distance. This allows you to sort of do back and forth combos with your own sentry turrets. As you can see, there's one behind Blaine now. So if I'd like, I can hit him. The sentry turrets will not go away. They'll stay until you activate your next weapon attack. And the sentry turret will knock him back to me, allowing me to continue my combo. You can also see that Clark is pretty hard hitting. He does the most damage on average of any of the characters in the game. Now let's go over his moves. So, standing jab. It's a fast knee strike with fairly small range. And forward jab. Really long range, fairly slow normal. Clark doesn't have any hops. So if you're expecting an opponent to do a low and you want to intercept it and beat it, this is your move. but you'll need to space it correctly, because if they're far enough towards you, they can still hit his back leg, which has a hurt box. Back and jab is Clark's overhead, really long range. Down and jab, Clark's fastest move. Again, fairly short range, but since Clark's huge, his short range is most people's medium range. 3 jab, down forward jab, is a really long range low. It doesn't move Clark forward, but Clark can also do a pretty good job confirming at a distance with his jab reverse fireball special move. So it's not too hard to get a decent mid-size combo from a decent range poke. Down back jab with Clark is a fairly short range launcher, but it does slide Clark forward and launches the opponent straight up. You can definitely use this as an anti-air, and it goes forward a little bit, so not a bad thing to do if someone's trying to do a shallow jump in. Neutral jab in the midair is a knee, very short range horizontally, but gets pretty low pretty fast. So you can almost kind of do a instant overhead. But this will be your main jump-in combo starter. Forward and jab in the air is fairly special. Clark hops forward really far and does a little jump kick. This move will auto-correct, so you can cross people up. Clark is huge, and he's fairly slow on the ground, but in the air he actually has pretty good options. Back and jab gives Clark the opposite. He jumps backwards, just like Keenan can. He has no invincibility, but he will hop backwards and do a jump kick the opposite direction. This move can also be used at a long range and will autocorrect. You can sort of cross them up and be well past them and then still come back for a quick attack. Neutral weapon with Clark is a short range, fast, high damage hook. This thing puts a cloaked sentry turret sort of right above you at good anti-air position. Forward and weapon is a stepping forward, slow, high punch. This can be beaten by lows. It places a sentry turret really far forward, and if you're close in, it can put it really far past your opponent, so you kind of have them sandwiched. Back and weapon. This is Clark's sway to back fist. This move places a turret directly in front of Clark. Down and weapon is Clark's sweep. It's fairly low range and places a sentry turret on about ground level. Down forward is one of Clark's only ways of low profiling. He sort of crawls forward and punches your opponent in the shins and places a sentry turret at ground level at a longer range. Down back and weapon is Clark's anti-air back fist. Has a huge hitbox and places a sentry turret high up in the sky and pretty far forward. Notable that this back fist is also plus enough on hit that you can link it to a standing jab. Neutral weapon in the air allows Clark to get a cross-up. This places a sentry turret directly below. Forward and weapon in the air is Clark's dive kick. In this case, it is a punch. This dive kick is shallower than most. and I would suggest trying to use it to get past fireballs in neutral. It places the sentry turret in the same direction as the punch. Back and weapon in the air is an unusual move. It allows Clark to get what it amounts to a third jump. On to Clark's special moves. Fireball and Jab throws out one of the sentry turrets as a sort of projectile. When this thing hits or is blocked, it then cloaks itself as a grounded launching sentry blast. These can even be combined since they have a slight delay for the aerial versions. So if you have sentry turrets in position, you can launch an opponent, hit them with the aerial sentry turret, and then still potentially get a follow-up. Reverse Fireball and Jab gives Clark his best combo ender. First hit is low, and the second hit knocks down. If you hold the button, the second hit will be a feint. Fireball and Weapon blasts forward with the sentry turrets directly from Clark's gloves. Being a level 2, this thing will blast right through regular fireballs and still hit the opponent. It's pretty slow, but it does good damage, and there's not a lot of good ways to get level 2 fireballs for most characters if you're not Bert. It also gives you good corner carry. The hold version shoots the fireball up at an angle and can be used as an anti-air. Reverse Fireball and Weapon is Clark's invincible anti-air. This thing shoots multiple times. It's kind of a sustained attack, so it's a little bit easier to hit your opponent in terms of timing. It is also considered a fireball attack, and so unlike most other Dragon Punch type moves except for Bert's, you cannot parry this one. The hold version sends out the wave of fireballs in front of Clark. Forward Fireball and parry allows Clark to slip forward very fast and invincibly. This move will dodge incoming attacks, letting you potentially get in and throw. The hold version goes further and can cross up if you're close enough. The tap version will never cross up, even if you're right up against them. Reverse Fireball allows Clark to throw his opponent for the best damage and fastest command throw in the game. This also gives him a wall bounce, which he can capitalize from. If you hold the button, Clark will activate any drones that he has deployed on the screen. As you can see, with the command grab, especially if you have a drone there to take advantage of it, you can do huge damage. Now on to Clark's supers. Double Fireball and Jab summons a UFO. This will follow your opponent and then shoot launching projectiles at them. You can capitalize on this by using it for pressure or to look for those launches and get the follow-up. This is similar, of course, to the crab, but this one attacks with a full vertical hitbox instead of a long horizontal hitbox. Double Fireball and Weapon. This is Clark's big damage combo ending super. Does great damage on its own. You can combo into it, and it also side switches in the middle of the super if you're close enough, making it a good way to close out a round against a turtling opponent. Use it at a distance, the slips where he little teleports are also dodges. So be careful about trying to punish this move. However, it is all weapon attacks, so parries will work. Now for Clark's install. This adds blasts to each of Clark's weapon attacks. So effectively it increases his range and damage on all of his weapon attacks. Using this allows you to stay out of harm's way and kind of zone out your opponent if you want to, while also still applying sentry turrets to the stage and pressuring your opponent that way. If you like bullying opponents, if you like big command grab damage, just big damage in general, along with complex Rube Goldberg type trap setups, I think you should give Clark a try.